So, welcome. We are here today. I'm Carmen Young, the director of the List Business Studio, with Richie, who is going to talk about, he's going to be bringing a workshop to us, and it is going to be on build a website in a weekend. I don't know about you, but I'm excited, looking forward to it, getting my fingers ready, and saying, let's go do this. So, where did this idea come from? And can you really, Richie, can you build a website in a weekend?
Well, first of all, 100%, because I've done it for clients, because they're like, I need this right now. Great, you're getting charged triple for that, but I'll do it for you. So just to go a little bit backwards, I'm Richie Gerzon. I'm the director of marketing technology for Unimedia. Unimedia is a full-service marketing agency, so we do everything from building a brand, logo, business card, identity, to building the websites, and then we bring traffic through online ads, organic traffic, etc. We get the eyes to the website and to the brand, so we can turn those people into leads and then finally customers. So we can build the whole brand and we can grow the business. So that's what we do, and we work with companies, Fortune 500 companies, and we also work with people who are just starting off their business. So when we thought about and brainstormed this, one of the obvious things that you need right in the get-go of a business is the website. And you cannot do a logo in a weekend, so that really is the first step. But we actually are going to talk a little bit about that in the workshop. And even if you have no logo, we'll be like, do this for now, and then I'll explain what to do. What we're offering this workshop over a website in the weekend is for the people, they're either starting a business brand new, or they have a website that wasn't quite up to snuff and they know it, but they don't have the budget to straight up outsource it right now to a website design agency. Or they just, they need to rebrand it, it's 20 years old, and what we're going to do on the weekend is still going to be a lot better, and it will look fine. It'll totally look professional, and that's the whole point. So we wanted to help people who are in that situation. They're kind of in that beginning stages, or they're doing a big transition, and they just need to get that website, because the website is the foundation of everything.
Right. It's what now used to be the business card.
Yes,
but
that's
true. The website is the business card.
If I had to choose
now.
which one, I would say website. Because you could be in a meeting and, I don't have my business card, but what's your email? Let me email you my website.
And then when everybody asks what's your website, that's the first question they ask. They don't say give me your card. They want to know, do you do your website and then your phone number? Because they're going to put it in their phone right then,
That's funny you say that. Let me tell you one of my biggest pet peeves. You're driving down the road. I'll see a van that used to be a $60,000, $70,000 vehicle that obviously was just bought, that was totally wrapped or whatever in someone's brand new business. So I know they've spent 80 grand or 50 grand, some crazy amount to get this business started. There's a phone number with no website address. This is 2021.
Right.
You've spent all this money. I'm so amazed how people do this. They'll buy the truck, they'll get the lease for the office, they'll buy all the equipment, they'll hire employees. And they've given the logo to their cousin, and they have no website. I'm like, no, stop.
Yes.
You're not, this is not a good move. Now, if you've done this, I've done this. It's okay, I will help you.
We won't laugh in your face.
But if you haven't done this yet, don't do that. Because it's not a good way.
Learn from others' mistakes.
So the website's that foundation stone of the business, because even if you're just, you might have heard like a sales funnel, you're just doing landing pages, that doesn't mean you don't need a website.
So you mean all the ads that I see on Facebook that says you don't need a website, all you need is a landing page?
That's not true.
Okay.
Now it's possible, but that's mostly for like affiliate marketing.
And it depends on what it is you're selling. If you're selling one item and that's the only, and it's a widget.
Yes. Exactly. But if you want clients and you're building a brand and you have any sort of long-term strategy, you need to tell your story.
Right.
And we talked about that in another podcast. Your story is so important, so the website should tell the story. All right, so specifically about the website, right? The website in a weekend. It is absolutely possible. The reason it's possible is because I know all the right ways to do it without you having to figure out how things work and connect to each other. Because so much of it, obviously, is technical, annoying stuff that people don't like.
So you mean the ones that are the 3-letter ones and some of those other ones that you are supposed to be able to just go plug and play. That you can just put here and drag it over here.
Totally.
Have you even tried those? Because I have, and that, as simple as they try to make it, it's still complex, and you still have to know, oh, this connects, the right bone connects to the left bone that connects to the rear bone. It's not as simple as you just drag and drop everything.
A lot of those website software programs are great. The tools will work, and you can build a really attractive website with it. But what's missing is they're not teaching you the why. Why is the website laid out this way? Why is the picture cropped this way? Why is it important that I have good photography? Why are the colors important? Why should I not use 5 different fonts on the same page, which a lot of people do for whatever reason.
And layering and...
That's the stuff. That'll be it's going to be a 2-day workshop, and a lot of that theoretical stuff is going to be the half of the first day.
Right. Where do you want the eye to go and down the page, and what is a CTA? What's a CTA?
A CTA, call to action. Only the most important thing you could do on your website.
And how many times have you gone to a website and they tell you all this great stuff, and then you're like, wait a minute, what am I supposed to do?
It was funny that you said that, because I was just talking to an orthodontist. I'm trying to get his business. He lives in Ohio. And, he wants me to do all this stuff for him, but he didn't mention the website. I said, we have to fix your website, in my opinion. I said, I can make it work with landing pages, but it's not going to work as well as it should. And so he's like, well, he gave me a website for the person he thinks has a good website. And it was pretty good. I literally counted the calls to action. So his website had 1 call to action hidden away in the corner in little font.
Right.
Which was his phone number. Which, of course, obviously we need that on there.
Right.
The person that he was saying, hey, look at this website, he literally, I think he had 15 calls to action on there.
So you can have under them, and then you can have too many.
That's bordering on insanity. But if you do it right, you can. It just that you really need to know what you're doing, otherwise it looks silly. But that just shows you, he said, this guy is killing it. He knows that this other orthodontist is doing really, really well.
Right.
And I'm like, this is one of the main reasons that he's doing really, really, really well. Because traffic coming to the site is turning into a potential appointment, which he then turns into.
So he understands conversion. He understands call to actions. Somebody is.
He either understands it or he paid someone who
understands
it, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
So we'll explain that in the first part of the first day of the workshop, and then speaking about these other pieces of software, this is generally how it works. The easier it is to do for an amateur, the less customization ability it has, right? Generally that's the spectrum. Because they have to take control away so that you, who doesn't know what they're doing, doesn't mess it up and break it. Because then they're going to have a ton of customer service calls, and it's going to ruin their margin, and there's going to be a whole host of other reasons that that's not a good idea. So that's the problem. So it works, but then down the road, when your business grows, and you need this feature or that feature of your website, and we don't do that. You can't do that. Now it's gotten better over the years, but that's generally the issue. So what we're teaching you how to do is build a website in WordPress, which most of the websites in the world are built on WordPress.
Right.
So we're not just telling you we think it's the best way to build a site. Like, huge companies use WordPress as well as people who are just starting out.
Right.
So we'll teach you how to get the hosting, how to get the domain name, how to connect them together, how to put the WordPress on there, and we'll start with a scratch WordPress file, a website with nothing in it. And then we're going to install all the plugins, the free versions of the ones I use, and I'll tell you, whenever you have the money, upgrade it to this. But it'll be the same architecture as the ones I build that people spend tens of thousands of dollars on for your site. It'll just be the free version, so they won't have as many little features, bells and whistles.
But it's expandable.
Oh, absolutely.
Right, so you can just keep putting quarters in it, in a sense, and
totally.
Put a new plug in.
And they're still, the main architecture is correct.
Right.
Because if you don't start off right, what happens is that you get to that point and you have to start all over again.
And you talk about themes. And yeah, all of these are just key things that you'll learn about in this class.
And the nice thing about the themes is that you really don't need to get another theme. I'm going to teach you how to build it from scratch so it can look like any site. That's what you want. You want it to look like any site. Now, in the workshop, we're going to focus on maybe 2 or 3 layouts just for time's sake.
Sure.
But you're going to leave knowing, all right, Richie made me do it this way just because the class was over weekend, but I wanted to do this and this. And then you just change it, and that's it. It's simple.
I'm taking that confidence. I'm going to buy into your confidence.
Yes.
You're saying it's simple. I'm believing that.
Yes, what we use, the plugins we use are specifically because they're simple and they work. Because to be honest with you, I used to hate website design. 10 years ago, it was terrible. It was like a necessary evil.
Right. And it was more complicated and heavier lifting, and they didn't have all the plug-in options.
Oh, totally. And it just wasn't fun. It was a lot of coding and a lot of HTML and a lot of CSS, and you know, it was super intimidating. It wasn't easy to do.
Right.
Especially when now you have to make it look good on a phone and a tablet and a desktop.
Right.
That's so important.
That's a whole nother.
Because how many times, even still, you think, I assume this is no longer the issue, but it's not true. So many people have sites, they think they look great, and then you look at it on the phone and you're like, no, your site looks terrible on the phone.
It's not navigatable. You can't push all the buttons or.
And meanwhile, that's where most people go.
Are using
now.
phones,
So now it's like, if you're going to make the mistake, make it on the era of making it look good on the phone and not the desktop. You never have to, but if you had to choose, that's what you would do, right?
Right. So when they walk out, they're going to know what it is, how you're building it. They know the whys behind all of the pieces.
Yep.
And they're going to walk out with something that is actually usable and maybe not completely complete because they can
Well, then it's never completely complete.
Right.
If it's completely complete, you stop growing as a business person. So never is that the case. You should always be tweaking your website, at least quarterly. Because things should be changing.
And you always want to go back and reread things because wording and verbiage and interesting. I've been on some major websites and caught even wording, and I'm like, I wonder if anybody's read that lately.
Absolutely. So we're gonna. It is a lot. So you'll be drinking from a fire hose, but that's why it has a lot of value.
Right.
So in the first day, and I haven't totally finished the agenda, but you'll understand branding concepts. You'll have chosen your palette that you're gonna of colors you're gonna use. We'll have had the hosting set up, connected your domain name to it, and we'll have WordPress installed with the basic plugins. And then depending on how much time, we're gonna start the content creation portion of it. So on the second day, we're going to button up content creation. So when I say content, your website needs 2 things, or bare minimum. It needs good photos and it needs text, right? You all know this if you look at a website, but just to make it clear.
Content.
Right? You need to put, because I can build a website without decent content. It's going to look terrible.
Right.
Right? So we'll help you write the content. Literally, we're going to help you with what is going to go on the homepage. So I forget what that little magazine is. It's a little thing where you fill everything in and it kind of tells the rest of the story. It was like a kid's.
Like a kid's, yeah. So it was kind of half written and had blanks in it.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
So we'll do it like that. You can tweak it as much as you want later, but we'll make sure that we hit all the things you need to say. Like, who am I? What am I about? What is the benefit of using my product or service, etc. So we'll make sure you have all the important elements of the homepage, of the about page. We're going to do your service or product page, obviously, your contact page, and then we'll probably do another page we might do like a landing page so you can send ads to it. But the goal will be to have a 5-page website when you're done. So we'll work on gathering the content. I'll show you where you can get free pictures, and I'll explain how you should write everything. We'll do that. And then that's when it'll be really fun. We're going to put it all into your site.
Wow.
So you're going to have an empty site, and you're going to fill it. So you have a site that actually works.
That's exciting.
The little images, just for instance, so let me tell you a mistake a lot of people do in the beginning. They'll pull a full resolution image, meaning the file is really large, and you always want to have that because you might want to put it on a poster or something in print. So we'll keep the good file, but then we have to make it so it's light and the file is small to go on the website. So I'll teach you how to size it for what it's being used for and optimize it.
Yay! You know where I'm going to be using that?
Yeah.
Just this one piece.
Yeah.
I'm going to go back to a website and redo so many.
Yeah, because it's
important.
It's very important because if your site doesn't load quickly, like meaning when you put in an address, the site kind of comes up really fast, which is why you need good hosting, which is why you need to understand these basic concepts, and which is why the architecture of the site needs to be reasonable. Then people just leave.
Right.
People are totally impatient.
2 to 3 seconds?
Yes.
Yes.
So we'll build it. Now, it won't be completely optimized for speed. That's a whole nother class. But it won't have any of the huge mistakes that need to be fixed later.
And so when they do wait and the picture that comes up is all blurry or grainy, they're like, really?
Oh, that's even worse. You've made the file large, but it's also grainy, so you got neither one of the benefits of the image. Yeah. These are all the little silly things that really sabotage the look and feel, usability, effectiveness of a website. So we'll walk you through it. There's going to be, literally that's why we're the first one we're doing. It's just going to be in person because I know a lot of people are going to need a lot of hands-on help. And it's just not the same over chat. Believe me, I've chatted with a lot of people doing IT stuff. It's hard. So we'll see how it goes. And we probably will do it online, but we'll have some sort of support or some way that you can ask for help.
You just got to give us the opportunity to figure out those tweaks.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. But you can absolutely do it, and it'll be step by step. This is going to be 6 hours for 2 days, so it's going to be at least 12 hours of content. So we're going to go through it. You're going to get it done, and then on Monday you're going to be like, "Hey guys, look at my site." It's going to be so exciting.
So how are they going to get this information to sign up for this?
Yeah, so just go to blissspiritualcoop.com and scroll down. .org. Oh yeah, I think I have the other one rerouting. .org, yes. But that is important. So blissspiritualcoop.org, and then just go to workshops. It'll be in the workshops area, and you can buy a ticket. So we're offering this. It's normally $300 to do this 2-day workshop. We're cutting it in half, and of course everything's going to Bliss. So it's just going to be $150. You're going to come out, the retail value of the website you'll have will be between $1,500 and $2,500, depending on how well you listen to me during the workshop.
And apply it.
Absolutely. It'll absolutely be a $2,500 website if you really focus and stay in tune and get it all done. And if it's not $2,500 by Monday, by Friday when you tweak it, it will be worth $2,500 to $5,000.
Right.
And you'll have the architecture to make a site. You'll have the knowledge and the tools and the basic site that can be customized infinitely. You can make it into a $10,000 site in a month. And if you just want to flip the site, which absolutely you can do, you could make the site, do what I'm showing you, and then sell the site and make a profit.
Right.
So if you just want to do that, come to the workshop because you can absolutely do that.
So if you have any other questions about it, you can reach out to Richie directly at richie@blissspiritualcoop.org or to me, Carmen at blissspiritualcoop.org. We can answer any of your questions, but go to our website, like he said, at www.blissspiritualcoop.org. Easy to find us, and look for the workshop, and all the information and details will be there. Look forward to seeing you.
Yeah, thanks for having me on this show, and I can't wait to see you guys. I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you.